want to talk about all the things that have changed since the last time we talked a couple months ago. First, I'll say congratulations on the world title win.
Okay, thank you.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
No Surrender's coming up. That's what we're going to be promoting now. You're going to have a title defense in a No Surrender rules match. I notice you have a towel around your neck. That's part of the match stipulation. So I don't expect you to say that, you're going to throw in the towel, but have you thought about what kind of towel you're going to bring to the ring? Is it going to be a nice one? Any kind of
This might be the towel. I mean, who knows? Honestly, I haven't thought about it. I do know what I had talked to my team about, and under no circumstance do they throw in the towel. And like the, when I say no circumstance, I mean no, under no circumstance do they throw in the towel. I don't care what's going on. The towel will not be thrown. So,
what would happen to them if they do that and it's the systems, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers are going to be in your corner? What
uh,
are the repercussions if they do that?
there won't be any repercussions because I know they won't do it. So,
All right.
that's not how the system works. Um, so we never have to deal with repercussions because that's not how we work.
Okay. All right, fair
But
enough.
all you have to do is trust the system.
There you go. One of the other new things besides you winning the world title, TNA rebranded, there's a lot of new talent in the company. And I noticed that you kind of put him on notice. Nic Nemeth, you said he has it coming to him. You haven't forgotten, you know, you have Alex Shelley that you're going to be going up against this weekend. But how rewarding is it to have a guy like Nic Nemeth in the company and to have a title reign start with a lot more challengers than maybe were there a couple months ago?
I mean, Nick Nemeth brings a huge fan base in. He is a huge star in professional wrestling. I am happy that he chose us to come to kind of rebrand himself. But I think he picked the wrong guy to make an impact with. And like I said in other interviews I've done, I have nothing but the utmost respect for what Nick brings to the table. But with that being said, when I'm done with what I have in front of me and I have a time to spare, then I will deal with what Nick Nemeth did. But until then, I'm focused on Alex Shelley, and that's where my thought process is at right now.
And on another note, it kind of helps your own profile too, because if you have a guy like Nic Nemeth standing across from you, like you pointed out, he chose to go there. So he's only going to help TNA. He's going to help your profile too. He's going to help, whenever you said eventually when you get to him, it's only going to help. Like if
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, like I said, I'm happy he's part of TNA. I'm happy he's on our roster. But he still has to pay for what he did when the time comes. But yeah, I mean, Nick, I have the utmost respect for what he brings to the table, and of course his talent because he's a hell of a entertainer and a hell of a pro wrestler. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to see some of the matches he put on for our fans. Um, and I've already seen what I mean. I've been a big fan for him of his for years. So, like I said, I'm glad he's part of the company. But with that being said, when I'm done with things I have to do and the time is right, then he will pay for what he did.
one of the other names, I'm going to get to Alex Shelley because I want to focus on the present, but one of the other names that is new to the company, Mustafa Ali, he's been campaigning about wanting to bring change to TNA. obviously you don't want things to change because you're the champion, you're sort of the face of the company right now, but he's another guy that has a high profile coming in. People have really caught on to the campaign he's doing on TNA TV and on social media. Is he another guy you want to work with? Even his plans might be for another title, but is he a guy you want to work with down the line?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm always willing to challenge myself against new guys. I don't think I've ever met Mustafa, um, but I mean, I know of his work, and I know he's a very good professional wrestling entertainer, and yeah, so of course I'm open to doing something with him. I'm open to working with him, but it's all about timing and the right opportunity. Right now, my focus is with Alex Shelley. And that's honestly, I don't look past any opponents. So I haven't really thought about what's next or who's next or when I'm gonna retaliate on Nick or when and the possibilities of me and Mustafa doing something. Because right now, my 100% of my focus is on Alex Shelley.
I guess we'll have to wait and see if you have a campaign speech ready. So if you
Yeah.
guys ever have a debate, but uh Alex Shelley was he's the guy that you beat for the title for your second title reign. He had a great title reign in his own right. Is this a case of iron sharpens iron? You're only as good as your next challenger. You like how do you see him as an opponent? Because you already beat him for the title, so that is not going to change. But going into this rematch, how do you view the matchup with him?
I never look past any opponent. Every opponent you go against are dangerous in a different way. Alex has a lot more experience than I do in the world of professional wrestling. So that's what he brings to the table. I mean, he had a great run. I believe he had the third, maybe fourth longest reign in the company's history, which says a lot about his reign because there's a lot of great names on that list that he surpassed, me being one of them. So yeah, nothing but great things for Alex. But the thing is, right now, my height of confidence is higher than it's ever been in my time in pro wrestling. So he knows exactly what he has to deal with on his end, and I'm sure he's going to say the same thing. There's a reason why I used to call myself the wrestling god, but I think right now, and the reason why I don't, one of the reasons why I don't call myself that anymore is because my confidence is so high that I've surpassed whatever is over a god, and I don't even know what the word is. So I figured I would just call myself Moose. So that's how high my confidence is. So yeah, so as great as Alex Shelley is, he has a tough road ahead of him tomorrow night.
I saw you point this out on Twitter. You said technical wrestlers were going after your left arm, but you're better with a spear with your right arm. So how often do you practice a left arm spear? What happens if they switch it up and go after your right arm? You kind of gave
Um,
them bulletin board material.
I did, but let's see. I mean, I did, but I guess we'll have to see tomorrow night what happens, right? But how often do I practice spear with my left arm? I do it quite a bit actually. I've never gotten a chance to use it, but I do practice it. So we'll see. We'll see what Alex's game plan is tomorrow, and I already know what mine is, and I'm not going to tell you, so that can't be your next question. But I already know what my game plan is tomorrow, so we'll see what Alex brings to the table, and I'm sure I'm going to be ready for whatever he brings.
You already told me your plan. It's to not throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Here's my last question. I talked about all of the new things that are coming to TNA. One of those is the action figure line. It's coming out later this year. I think it's long overdue for TNA. It's actually your second action figure, but first with TNA. You had one with Ring of Honor. Uh,
I
what?
mean, it's technically my third action figure because we had the micro brawlers. I don't know if
Okay.
that's considered action. I'm not in the action figure world, and I didn't even know much about it until me and Myers became real good friends, and I know that's his avenue. So I'm not really big in that world, but just being hanging out with Myers, I know there's a lot of money that is generated from the action figure world. So I'm excited to being in the first series of Power Town action figures, and I'm excited for this launch. And I'm excited to have one for myself and my son and friends who collect action figures, and more importantly, the fans who buy them.
Yeah. Yeah, if the Legends line that Powertown did is any indication, they're gonna look great. They have what was it? Magnum TA and I think it's Stan Hansen and a bunch of other legends and the sculpts, the you know, the likenesses are incredible. So I think TNA fans are going to be happy. That's really cool that, like you said, you get to share that with your son and fans. Looking forward to that. Anything else you want to plug or promote before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow night at No Surrender, live on the TNA Plus app and also Fight TV app.
All right. Thanks very much for the times. Good catching up as always, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir.